what's up, beautiful people? This is Christian from Love Pixel Agency and the 3-day website creation challenge. So we're gonna pick up where we left off yesterday because Facebook, for some reason, stopped the live stream. So we were at our number counter, continuing with our conversion optimized website layout, and right now we're at the numbers. So here I'd always like to mention things like I just like to establish credibility with the reader. So I'd like to name a couple of numbers to help the reader to tell them that you are trustworthy. So let's say we have 5+ years of yoga teacher experience. And then I want to get rid of this percent sign, so I'm going to click here in the number counter settings of content elements. I'm going to click off on the percent sign. Perfect. Now actually I want like 3 values next to each other, 3 columns. So I'm going to click on here on column structure, and click up here, and this automatically goes over there. I'm going to duplicate this, drag it over here in the second column, duplicate it again to have it here in this column, and then I'm going to change the numbers. So let's say, for example, I have 2,000 plus hours. We're going to write that as a word there. Hours of students trained. Let's just use that, and let's say we're going to have 10,000 hours. 10,000 plus hours of yoga taught. So there you go. 5, 2,000, 10,000. Fantastic. Let's change. See how we have this fiery red in the background here, the color. I kind of want to have an alternating background color, so red, white, red, kind of that following that kind of pattern. So I'm going to click the section, click on the background here, then add the background color, which I'm going to paste the color code here, which is my brand color, that red. And then this looks a little bit too much with the black and everything. So I'm going to click on design, text, scroll down, and choose light. Fantastic. Here, what I want to do is also change the color of the number, maybe to black, make that bold. Okay, and then the text on there, I want white as well. The title text is going to be white. Perfect. And I'm going to take this, right click on it, say extend number counter styles throughout this section, not the entire page, just for this section. I mean, you could do it for the entire page if you had other number counters that you wanted to look like the same, but we don't want to do that right now because we don't have any other number counters anywhere anyways, so that's all good. Let's extend those styles. Boom. That's how it looks. I very much like that. So we're going to create the next section, which is social media. So for this section, we're actually going to download a plugin, which I get from a page that's called elements.envato.com. These plugins are all paid for because I have my own membership with this site. But you can just buy the plugin, for example, Instagram feed. If I type that in here, I click on WordPress, so only things for WordPress. This is the plugin I use, WordPress Instagram feed plugin. But there's also free options online. If you just Google WordPress Instagram feed, you're gonna find many plugins. Lots of them are for free. So just feel free to download one, set it up. The process is pretty similar with all these plugins. You have to download it and then authenticate your Instagram account with a password, or just use your handle to tell that plugin where it can get the images from your feed, from your Instagram feed. So I'm going to do that here, and plugins. I can either go to add. No, I'm going to go to add new. and I can either upload my own plugin, which is like upload plugin. I can choose the file and upload my own plugin, which I did, or you can search also here for a plugin. And if you type in Instagram, you're gonna find lots of plugins that probably do the same thing, and they don't cost anything. So this one has, almost 1 million installations. So that looks pretty promising. So how about we try that? It looks like it has everything we need. Smashballoon social photo feed. Let's see. Okay, here on the left, we're going to have a menu item now that we installed and activated the plugin. It says Instagram feed. And here it says connect your Instagram account. So you can just click on here, personal connect, and then you can type in your Instagram login, authorize. Let's say I love Pixel Agency, switch accounts, love Pixel agency. I don't even remember what password I used here. Let's see if that works. Let's see. That one doesn't work. Nope. Well, let me just use my own Instagram feed for the purpose of this demonstration. So I verified this with this social Smashballoon WordPress plugin, and it's going to say, boom, connected, fantastic. And then see how my feed looks on the page. And I want a grid layout. You have to pay for those to unlock those. I don't need those. Number of photos, I just want 8 because the number of columns I'm gonna have is 4. Yes, and I just want 1 row. Maybe that works somehow. Load more, miscellaneous. Let's see. Layout, grid, number of columns. Okay, so I guess I'm going to choose number 4, and the column is 4, so it's only going to show one row. And that's enough for me. Save changes. There you go. Okay. Now the question: display your feed. Step 3. Perfect. Okay, when I use this, you're gonna copy this shortcode. You can either just copy this one, see how it looks. Sometimes it adds a title in there, something like that. I don't like the title, so I'm just gonna keep that as simple as that. Show header, false. So let's do that. Let's see what that looks like. Let's go to our page, add a regular section, insert, add the row, the green one, and then as a module, you're just gonna add a standard text field, and make sure you go into the text over here, like in the text box over here, not the visual, but the text box, because sometimes if you're in the visual, it adds HTML tags that you don't want. When you add code, you also want to use the text box here. Copy all of that, paste your Instagram feed here, and it says number 4, column 4. That is what I want. And then maybe I don't want to show the title, so I'm just gonna see show header. I don't want to show the header, and once I have the header, once I copy this one, I can write that in the shortcode and copy that into here. If I add that with a space bar in between, it's gonna read also like show header false, which means show no header of this module. So I'm gonna save this. We're gonna look at how this looks on the actual homepage so far. So let's scroll down. Let's see how this looks. Boom, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my Instagram feed, has load more. That looks good. I like that, how that looks and how it works. Fantastic. I can, write a headline above it that says, follow me on Instagram. So for example, see, sometimes I can't click the gray button because it's behind the green one. So what you want to do is either duplicate this module so you can add another module, or just take the one that you just duplicated and use that one as a header. Follow me on Instagram. Perfect. We can make that visual, center that as a heading 3, and then we're going to take that, shift it above the actual short code of the feed, and here you go. That is your Instagram feed. It doesn't show in the visual backend because it doesn't load the code correctly, but once it's on the front end, it renders correctly. So let's continue with our customer reviews. These are also important because they establish credibility in this area. I'm just going to copy this headline module and call it, let's see, this row. I'm going to pull this in here. Okay. I'm going to call this customer review, what other people say. Let's do that. I'm going to add one more row with 3 columns because I have 3 testimonials. And then as a module, I'm going to add a testimonial module just because they already have that ready for us. We don't need to recreate it out of text or image by ourselves. We can just drag and drop it. It's already done. As a background, I like an image here right now. I think I'm going to use this image with the lady here on this yoga mat. I'm going to show you, let me go back to here. So here's the image, it's 1.7 megabyte. I created already a copy and it's 600 megabyte because I made it from 2000, like from 600 pixel to 2000 pixels. So this I want to compress. So I go to tiny PNG and I'm going to copy this. Wait until it's compressed, download it. It's 312 kilobytes. It's good to be under 300, but let's, I'm going to accept, 300 for now because 312 is not, that's okay. Uploaded, and so we have this image here with 300 kilobytes, 305 kilobytes, upload that image, and boom, here we are with our image in the background. I think it looks really nice. We can even maybe give it a parallax effect, so when we scroll over, it kind of like pushes itself over the background, which looks really cool. So that's customer reviews. Obviously, you can write whatever you want there about your clientele and people who work with you. And then we're going to go over to the how it works section. And we're going to, again, copy that title here, how it works. Click in here, how it works. And then I'm going to insert 3 columns again, because I'm going to make a 1, 2, 3 kind of step section here. So for that, I always like to choose just, a text box. Make that right here 1, and then I can center that. I can make the next paragraph is just a lorem ipsum. Lorem ipsum is always like a placeholder text. That's what a lot of people use as placeholder. So we can make this one a heading 3, for example, and then we can go to design. Still pretty small. I want it bigger, so I go to design, heading 3, and I'm going to put that to, let's say, 60 pixels. Perfect. I'm going to copy this entire module, put it over here, copy it again, And then I'm just going to change the 1 to 2, and here the 1 I'm going to change to a 3. Well, it works, 1, 2, 3. So this could be a section for, a section that people could work with you, like how to kind of like get started with you. Like 1, download my ebook. Number 2, get a free consulting session. And 3 is, decide if you want to work further with me or something like that. So that's always good because it's easy to to grasp for people. It gives them kind of like an actionable overview of what to do, and how it's easy to get started with you. How it works, we're gonna put another row down here, and with this one, the next section is going to be what you can expect. And we're going to enter 2 columns. On the left, we're going to have an image of some sort, maybe another selfie image of you, because this is what you can expect. So what people can expect from you. So maybe you want to get personal here and put another image of you. Add a new module. And this time we're going to use the blurb module. The blurb module, we haven't used that yet, is basically an image, a title, and a text box in one module. So that entire module comes with image already pre-installed, or the placeholder for that image already pre-installed. And there's also a title and text box. So this is also something you can use as a check mark, and I'm going to show you how. So if you go here, scroll down, choose as an image, instead of the image, use an icon. Use icon, scroll down, go to the check mark. Boom, then you see you have a check mark. So what you can expect, I think this is the layout. I don't like that on top layout. I like this check marks to be on the left to make it look like a bulleted list. So I'll go here to design, image icon, and say left. Boom, that's exactly how I want it. I'm gonna make this a nice green. Let's make this bright and shiny. There you go. Green is always nice, positive, reaffirming. We're going to delete this text. We're not going to need that, but we can write 24/7 classes. For example, this one's a very busy yoga teacher teaching 24/7. Personal nutrition plan included. And then we're going to have a third one that says free cancellation policy. So that way it makes it attractive for people to try you out and not get scared of making a buying decision. All of this we're going to make red. Background color. I'm going to use our Fury Red. Gosh, I don't know if I'm ever going to pronounce that word right. Maybe the red and the green doesn't look that good, so the green check mark. So I might make the check mark white. I think that looks pretty classy. And I can either do that individually or extend the styles as I've showed you. Whatever you think is easy. So here we can choose the text color light. And then here we also make that little text. And we extend that throughout this section on all blurbs. There you go. This looks good. I like that. And we're going to continue on with our pricing section. So let's say, for example, you have a product and you really would like to, show people what the pricing for that product is. If you sell some sort of software or your own kind of stuff, so you can have a pricing table on this page, but also you can use that for a different landing page or online course that you have. And you're going to add another row and enter the module pricing. They have a pricing table module here, and that one looks pretty good. I'm going to add a third table just in case and change my price text color to my fiery red. Perfect. I'll leave it at that for now in terms of customization. And then here you can add, features and what this includes and that includes and that online course includes and all your kind of stuff if you wanted to. We can also make a separate page with pricing that goes up here too. I mean, it's totally up to you. And the last section is going to be our final call to action. So let's say, for example, I'm a yoga teacher and I want people to opt into my email newsletter because I have a free PDF that teaches them, with a meal plan on how to, balance their body, mind, and spirit. So I can put that here in the bottom. And the module here is the email opt-in module. You can also scroll down. This is alphabetically ordered, by the way. So if you scroll right to E, email opt-in, here it is. Perfect. Already comes pre-designed. Your title text, let's say, download free balance PDF. Includes 5-page PDF with nutrition tips, yoga poses, and meditation exercises. Fantastic. I'm going to make this a list so it looks nice. Okay, this looks good. I'm going to want to change this email field to a single name field. I don't think first name and last name is needed in this case. I'm just going to go to the email opt-in settings and go down to fields and click that field. Use single name fields. Boom. Name. There you go. Name and email. That's all I need. Very important, you have to connect your email account here, whether you are with MailChimp or Constant Contact or MailerLite. I personally, out of all of them, like MailerLite the best because MailChimp recently introduced, I think that you have to pay when it used to be free until 1,000 people, which still is, or 2,000 people even, I don't even know. So that's not the issue, but you cannot have multiple lists, which is annoying because you want to target people with different kind of like downloads and PDFs with different lists. And that depends on, for example, this person is going to get the balance PDF, but, another person that opts in, in, I don't know, another page that gets a fitness PDF or, different kind of opt-in or a retreat video, you have to create a new list, and MailChimp makes you pay for that. So I really like MailerLite. It doesn't matter what you choose here. It's all going to work pretty much the same way. You're going to authenticate that, select your list that you have already pre-made in MailerLite or MailChimp. And then when you're going to define in MailerLite, you're going to define whenever somebody joins that list, which that list could be the balance PDF list, right? Or website opt-in list, whatever you're going to call it. And there you have to, in MailerLite, not here, but in MailerLite, you have to tell MailerLite, okay, once people joins that list, it gets that PDF sent. And that PDF you would upload here in Media, Add New. You're going to create your PDF, write a Word document, export it as PDF, upload it here, and then take that link from that file that's uploaded here into your MailerLite so people can download it afterwards. So this is the whole magic behind email opt-ins. And how it works, pretty much, very shortly explained. And yep, that's pretty much for the opt-in. Not sure if I want to leave that like that. I might want to make this background red. So let's make the background of this, not of this row, but of the email module. Let's make this red so it pops a little bit more. Let's use our fiery red. Okay, I like that. Maybe you can, add an image on top, or to the left or to the right. That's totally up to you. I don't know if they have an image section here in this module. Doesn't look like it. So you could do, for example, you can make this row like this, for example. You can shift that over here and put a plus here and put an image here. So maybe see the image of your PDF or something like that, and then they see the image, and then they read the text, which is great. I'm not going to do that for now because I don't have an image that looks fabulous. I'm just going to keep it with one row layout like this, and I'm going to actually make the whole section background red. There you go. Perfect. I like that. So let's save our final call to action, and you can put anything there, whatever really you want to put there and you think is helpful for your audience, and it gets them to click, gets them to convert. So either you want to direct them to your retreat you're offering or whatever it is you're going to do. But yes, so this is the final call to action. Maybe they should purchase something or just look at something, check you out more, opt in, so you get the email address. I'm gonna save that, and then we are done with our homepage layout. Let me exit out of here and let's look at the whole layout from top to bottom. So here we have Sabrina, Learn Yoga, Balance, Body, Mind, and Spirit, as seen in. Put in the logos, about, a little about text. This button, we can change the text to more about me later on and link that to the about page. So here's my services, experience in numbers, my social media, what other people say, how it works. Oh, there's still a headline. I want to delete that one. What you can expect. 24/7, pricing, and the final call to action. Not sure why the email module doesn't load here. Might need to refresh that page. Okay, let me see. Let's delete this headline. So this looks in line here. And then here it shows, let's see, background. Don't use background. Okay. Let's see if that worked. Let's refresh on this page without the visual builder. And that didn't work. Let's see, one more time. Nope, still not working. Let me see. We want to see this opt-in. Let's make this work. Let me check if we're still live. We're still live. No canceling of Facebook. That is fantastic. So we can sometimes go to theme options, and if something doesn't show up, we can clear the cache of that builder. Theme options, builder, advanced, clear. That should fix it on the homepage, but I am always open for things to show up, as they do sometimes on the web. Not sure why that didn't work. Maybe we need to re-add opt-in and just not do any changes on that one. Let's save that, see what that does. We'll see. Maybe because we did a certain change or we didn't verify the list. Oh, no, here the right part doesn't show up. That is weird. We'll go back here. Let's see, maybe if they brought an update. Again, no update from the theme. So that's something that, sometimes you have to, this version literally came out 5 days ago. So sometimes using the newest version is not the most intelligent way, as you can see. So maybe I should have uploaded in the Google Drive folder an older version of the website, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna fix it within like 1 or 2 weeks. So you can expect that to work again. So we're gonna delete that for now. We're gonna keep it like that. And we're gonna go over to create our other pages, which the next page would be the about page. So we're gonna exit out of here. Okay, and I'm gonna click on new page. You can either create a new page from this top menu here when you're on a page, or you can go back here to the WordPress dashboard and go to pages, add new. Either way works, same, it's gonna bring up the same interface, same window. And we're gonna write here about. this is what we use the Divi builder. And then I want to clone an existing page because I don't want to recreate certain headers or style elements that I have on the home page. Maybe I'm going to use some. So I'm going to click on your existing pages, click on home. It's going to import the entire page without me doing anything, literally copying it and having that here. So I'm going to change that to about Sabrina. Which is great. I want that. I don't like the mountain image here on this section, so I'm just going to take it out. Just going to keep it very simple, minimal, and clean with the red. Here's almost similar. We can delete that section. My services, we're going to delete that. My experience, maybe we leave that. Follow Instagram, I'm going to take out the testimonials, how it works, what you can expect, the pricing, as well as the opt-in. So then here you can add maybe another section and then add some text here and maybe an image there of you doing yoga or something else. Maybe create another headline over here and says about my story. Let's see, we're gonna leave that text in there. We're gonna make my story and take that story and make it a heading 3. Perfect. The reason also like making everything a heading 3 and keeping the heading style consistent is that the font sizes are gonna look the same. So this is font size H1, this is H2, this is H3, and they're all gonna have the same size. You don't have to adjust anything because all is defined globally. We're gonna hit publish, and then our page about is live, and you can do certain changes over here, all that kind of stuff. That's totally up to you. We're going to create another page called blog because eventually we might want to write a blog. So first let's create this page, click use Divi Builder or publish. I'm going to hit publish for now because I don't want to go into Divi Builder at the moment. I first want to create a post. So let's add a new post and let's call that post our first blog post. Let's use that. I'm not going to write anything in here. I'm just going to publish this blog post as a dummy blog post. I'm going to go back to pages, all pages in the blog page, and I'm going to click edit with Divi. So once that loads up, I'll get a new page that is empty. Of course, it's going to ask you from scratch, choose a pre-made layout, or clone existing. We're going to click on clone existing page because we just built a very simple and nice about page, which we're going to copy and just change the title so everything looks nice and similar. Let's write blog, Sabrina's blog. Okay, this one we can delete, this one we can delete this section and that section. This also, I don't want that story, so enter row that is just one row, and then search for the blog module. There's an actual blog module that lets you put your blogs that you've written as in the posts menu here, all posts. All the blogs that are here are going to show in your blogs module once you drop it in there. So click on blog module, drop it in there, automatically comes in there. And then it shows it like this. It's a little, deterred. Looks a little, too wide and, out of place. So we're going to change the design first thing on this one from the layout to full width layout to grid. That already makes it, a little nicer. And you see this one has an image as kind of like a feature image, and these ones don't. That's because I haven't set a feature image for these two blog posts, the Hello World and our first blog post. And I can do that on the blog level. So I need to go back to posts, all posts. Let's say Hello World. I want to edit this one. And then to set an image for a blog post, I'm going to stay in this menu here. And on the right side, it says featured image. So I'm going to click on set featured image. And I'm going to choose this one. Okay. Update. and then it will show an image here once I refresh the page. So let's save here. And let's exit out of the builder, which also refreshes the page. And we'll see our image here. Perfect. The reason why this is cropped is because the image is a 1:1 image, and the aspect ratio of this is 16:9. So this one looks, obviously a lot better because it doesn't get cropped like this one. But doesn't matter. Just for the sake of this, demo, this is totally fine. So here are our blog posts. This one doesn't have an image yet. You can add that later. And you can, read all your blogs here. Perfect. So next thing we want to do, once we have added the blog page, we can also add a page that says services or product page and a contact page. Services, use Divi Builder. Wonderful. And as you see, it's really super simple. I just, once I created like a base layout for 1 or 2 pages, I can always just, copy the existing, make it nice, and make it make the style consistent and make it look really professional. So this one's gonna be services, or what I offer, whatever you like here. And then here you can put, a different layout of, for example, my services again, maybe the icons and the images again, or just a different layout of, blurbs, and duplicate that. This is key, meditation, and yoga. And then, we can add another row here, add a button. It says book a class now, and then design, alignment, center. I center this button underneath these 3 columns. Wonderful. I'm gonna hit publish. That's my services page. So you get the idea. This is all pretty much the same. We're gonna add one more page. That is the contact page. So we are complete here with our 5 pages. Contact. And same procedure here. And the more you're going to do that, this whole procedure, the more you're going to learn, the quicker you're going to get. So don't worry about, not understanding something. You can always pause the video and come back to it. Let's use the services page. Okay. So this one is contact, or contract works too. So I need that button either. Let's change this to a 2-column layout. On the right side, I'm going to insert a contact form, which we have as a module here. And one thing you want to be aware of is, you can also drag this window if you don't see something, by the way. And then you can scroll down, and at email, you enter your email address that you want to receive it at. So info@lovepixelagency.com. Okay, and that way you're going to receive an email once a person writes you through this contact form. Now, I just want to point out that sometimes these contact forms are a little tricky because of the email server that are on your WordPress systems, and sometimes your email would label as spam. So you can also use a different plugin for contact forms, which I sometimes recommend, but I've never had big problems with this. Sometimes I've gotten spam through this, but then this is what the CAPTCHA is for. You can also just make sure you update your theme regularly. That way, they make updates and, security, things and things like that. So add a new module. We're going to have a little text here that says, reach out to me for a yoga class, or just like that, to reach out to me. Publish, that's our contact page. Fantastic. Here we have our 5 pages: home, about, blog, services, and contact. So now I want to customize this menu up here because it looks a little chaotic, and there's too many pages that I don't want up here. So the way to do that is to go back to your WordPress dashboard, and then go to Appearance and Menus. Here, you can create a menu. It says menu name. So to create a menu, I first have to just give it a name. Let's say this is primary. And then I'm going to select all these pages I want in the menu. The sample page I don't want, so I'm going to just add that to menu. I'm going to drag the home page. You can also drag it like a sub-item of, for example, a sub-item of about could be, services. Like, maybe if you wanted to have a sub-item, I'm just going to leave it as a standalone item. And I'm going to leave the layout like this: home, about, services, contact, and blog. So I'm going to save that menu, but before I save it, I'm going to click primary menu. That will make the menu appear on this menu up here, which is the primary menu. So now if I refresh, it should show all the pages I want. Perfect. So this is home, about, services, contact, blog. Fantastic. And now what I want this menu to, customize optically and design-wise. I don't like the blue. I want that to be red. I want it all to be caps, so it looks nice. And then, of course, change our logo that we've created yesterday. So we're going to go back to Theme Customizer. And then in our Theme Customizer, we're going to go to layout settings. What is it? Header format primary menu bar. So there you go. I want this active link to be the Fiery red, and also the drop-down menu line color, which we don't have right now. We won't see that, but just in case I add a drop-down menu at some point later, or I stack kind of like menu items under services, for example, yoga, Reiki, things like that. I have those there. There will be a drop-down menu line color once it is a drop-down menu, which it isn't right now. So just so you know, I'm going to make the font caps. I like that, and make it bold. Fantastic. That looks good. And then I'm going to go to fixed navigation settings. Fixed navigation is when you start scrolling. That's what happens when it gets scrolling. For example, I could change the background color to be more opaque, and it gets more opaque. I'm actually going to make the background color white when you scroll and opaque when you begin. So when you start, it's like this. That makes it look nice and clean. And when you start scrolling, it gets white, and it gets an overlay of this one. There you go. Fantastic. That looks good. I like that, because when I scroll over something, I want to make sure the menu bar is visible. Okay, publish. And yep. Another thing left for us to do is to change the logo that we have in here. And also, if I don't like the magnifying glasses here, I can go to header elements. I can show the social icons, and the search icon if I like to or not. I'm gonna leave the search icon. I like it. Click publish, and actually I'm gonna click the social icons too, so we see how that looks. Let's refresh that. And let's see, there you go. Now you have your social icons up here. The way you set the link to those social icons is here in Divi theme options. You can scroll down here and you see show Facebook icon, Twitter icon, Google Plus icon, Instagram RSS icon. So I don't want RSS, I don't want Google, I just want Facebook, Twitter, Instagram on top of there. There is a way to add YouTube and other icons up there, but it's a little bit more complicated, so we'll go into that. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram up here, that works. I could even change the bar of that header to red. Let's see where we do that. Secondary menu bar, background color, fiery red. Publish and refresh. See how that looks. Didn't do anything. Let's see. Still not. Drop down menu color. Header elements, fixed navigation. Secondary menu, yeah, that's the secondary menu, I think. Secondary menu, no. How do I change the color of this bar? Let's see. There you go. The secondary menu was the issue. Okay, so here you go. You have that red bar on top, and then it's our menu. Fantastic. Other than that, I would like to change the logo, which I can do back here too, where I did the social icons. By the way, here you can set the links to for the Facebook profile URL. So when you click here, you actually get to your Facebook profile. So that's all here. Divi theme options. You can set the links and tell them to show Google Plus or show the RSS icon if you wanted that. And then logo, we're gonna upload one. Sabrina's logo, yes, that's what I want. And I'm gonna click save. Let's see how that looks. Looks good, I like it. So one last thing that we need to do is to set our homepage as the actual homepage, because when I go on the URL now, it's on some random first blog post page. That is one of the sample pages, which I don't want. So I'm going to go to the theme customizer here in theme customizer, or in the backend here in theme customizer. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to go back to homepage settings down here. I'm going to set this page, not the latest posts, which is default, but it's a static page. In the static page, I want to be the homepage. Home as a static page to be the homepage. So once I refresh this standard link without any /about or /home, it's going to redirect me to my homepage. So here you go. This is Sabrina's Yoga, and this is the homepage. Looks pretty good to me. Okay. One more thing that you definitely want to know about is your footer. So down here, let me hide this for a second. Down here, you want to write maybe name or the year or copyright, or put some links for privacy policy and stuff like that. So you can go to footer, bottom bar, and right here, designed by Sabrina. Let's just say made with love by Sabrina. Perfect. And then I can put my privacy policy here, privacy, and also my terms of use. And the way that you link these things to certain pages is by inserting a HTML tag with a link. So that's the Ahref tag, HTML, that's the link. Ahref tag. How do we add this? Let's see. Add link. So let's copy this entire link. And this is weird if you've never used HTML. So we're just going to copy this entire thing here. And then what is in these two, what do you call these? Quotation marks, whatever is within the quotation marks, that's the link. So I'm going to use 3-day website creation challenge.com/privacy, which is where my privacy page will house. It's not there yet. And then this, what's outside of those brackets, not the quotation marks, but outside the brackets. First, it starts with an A, then the href is the actual link. And then it ends the A, and then these are the words that the link is behind. And I'm going to write here privacy. So now I'm going to use this entire thing from A to, and this is the end tag of HTML. I'm going to use this entire thing and copy that and replace the privacy here. Boom. Now I have a privacy with a link that links to privacy. The page is not created yet. Make sure the link is correct here. There's no typos in here. And then I'm going to do the same thing with terms of use. Delete one privacy at the end and change the last word terms of use. And then this is going to be TOS, terms of use. The page it's going to be at. We can also write terms of use. That's probably easier and more clear. Make sure there's no double HTTP or double HTTPS, whatever it is. It's either HTTPS or HTTP. Take out the S because that stands for secure. Our website is not secure yet. There's no SSL certificate. I'll do that another time. So now we have privacy, terms of use, and we're going to hit publish. Our footer looks good. I like that. We have to set the links here behind the social icons, which you can do. And then we are good to go. Let's exit out of here. One last thing I wanted to say to the homepage is in terms of mobile optimization. This website is almost, I would say 80% mobile ready because there's certain, programming in this entire theme that makes it super responsive and flexible. So you don't have to worry about too much. If you want to adjust certain things by yourself that you don't like, for example, you don't like how wide she is here or something like that, you can go back to your Visual Builder, let that load and open up. And once that is done, you can go down here to the three dots and just edit the website in either tablet mode. You see how it looks on tablet, and you see how it looks on mobile. So let's say, for example, I don't like how big the numbers are on mobile here. I'm going to change that. One thing that's very important when you do mobile editing, make sure, let's go to number text. I like that it's bold. I think it's too big, so number text size, and you don't want to make it just smaller because that makes it smaller on all screen sizes. You want to make sure you click on this little mobile icon because that gives you the selection for desktop, tablet, mobile, and have different sizes. Because I like the size on desktop, I want it to stay it is with 72 pixels, but on a phone I'd like to have 50, and on a tablet I'd like to have 60. Perfect. In desktop we leave it at 72, which is the default. I like that size here. So tablet again 60, phone is 50. We can click on these three dots here and extend the number text size to all number counters throughout this section again. And you see this one is, let's see if that extend number text size. Okay, it's already copied the tablet style with and the desktop one too, so we only have to do that once, so that's great. So here it is your mobile kind of like fine-tuning that you can do later, and depending on these logos that you insert, they're not going to be too big on mobile. You can go to this image, design, sizing, and kind of like change the width on mobile, and make sure you select that little phone here so you have this different options for desktop, because desktop you would like to have it big. Ideally, let's say desktop is 80, tablet is 70, and phone we're gonna make it 65, for example. Okay, we can extend these styles again, this width throughout all images, not on this page because then all the images are going to get this width, which we don't want to. Just this section. That's why everything is broken down into sections. It's easy for you to, not mess anything up. Boom, everything is automatically adjusted. And now we want to make sure these logos are centered, all of them. So we can design, alignment, center, extend alignment to all images in this section. Boom, now they're all centered, and whatever logo you're gonna put there is gonna be centered as well. Fantastic. We're gonna exit out of here. I'm gonna look one last time over our page, and then we are good to go on the website editing part. The one last thing we have to do is to create a social media thumbnail, which we're gonna do on Canva. So when you share your page, for example, Facebook, like Facebook sharing debugger. Let's say I take this page, this link, and I want to see how it looks when I share it on Facebook. So I'm going to go to this tool here. It's called the Facebook sharing debugger. And it says this URL hasn't been shared on Facebook before. Oh, okay. Fetch new information. I want to see how it looks and how Facebook displays this page. Because, you know, Facebook has a robot that crawls that page and says, okay, this is the image we're going to show. And for this, for example, no image shows. So we want an image here when we share it on Facebook to make it look pretty. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Canva, canva.com. And we're going to type in here Facebook ad, because the Facebook ad has the same sizes or dimensions we need for that Facebook thumbnail when we share it. And we're going to take this one. I like this one. Looks modern, sleek, simple. Let's choose here Yoga Sabrina's Yoga Studio. Create your own website, don't need that. Get started. Nice, I don't like that to be like that. Okay. On group. I like to group this and just put a little bit closer up to this one. Put a little bit down here. And then I want to drop Sabrina in here. So I go to Photos. I'm going to click, let's see how I can upload Sabrina here. Just drop her in here. Let's see, uploads. Here it is. I've uploaded Sabrina already once before. Boom, we're going to put it on here. Nice. This looks good. This looks good. And this looks good. Fantastic. I'm going to download this thumbnail. And see, here's my thumbnail that has the exact size for Facebook. So I'm going to keep that on my downloads folder, and we're going to implement that one tomorrow. So here it is. You have your day 2 of your website creation challenge. Phase 2 is creation. So have fun. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Bye.